Hi, third graders. I'm here today to read the next couple chapters of Save Me a Seat. Where we left off was that Dylan Samreen was trying to guess who wrote the card that said, let's see, quitting is not an option. And he thought that it was Tim or Jim, and they said no. And then at the last second, someone smiled, and he said, if you didn't write it, who did? And he said, I did, and it was Robbie. So now we're on chapter 42, which is Joe. He cheated, shouts Dylan. That's why I couldn't guess it. What do leeches have to do with quitting? Would you like to come up to the front of the class and tell us how the two things are connected, Robbie? Personally, I would have been sweating bullets if Mrs. B made me stand up in front of everybody like that. But Robbie doesn't seem nervous at all. In fact, he looks happy. He pushes up his glasses and clears his throat like he's about to give a speech or something. I'm listening, but I'm also keeping my eye on Dylan in case he tries to mess with Robbie's leeches while he's busy giving his speech. Quitting is not an option, Robbie says. This is what my father taught me and what his father taught him and what I will teach my own son someday too. Big deal, says Dylan. What does that have to do with leeches anyway? I told you he cheated. Shh, says Mrs. Beam. Go on, Robbie. Robbie pushes up his glasses again. I haven't prepared anything else to say, but I could tell you a story, if you'd like. Chapter 43, Robbie. I rub my nose and push up my glasses. My hands are shaking a little, so I fold them together the way we were taught to do in our class at Vida Mandir, which is the name of his school in India. For many generations, my family has worked with tea, I began. When my grandfather was a young man, he worked in the tea plantation. His job was to protect the tea pluckers from wild animals that might be lurking nearby. I look around the room. Everybody is listening. Some are even leaning forward in their seats. I decide to bring a bit more drama into the story by adding a few details Perpia had not included in his version. Have you ever been attacked by a porcupine or a wild boar? I ask, pawing the ground with my foot. Have you ever seen a panther crouching in the grass ready to pounce? Or been stuck in the middle of a war between two angry elephants? I pause and look around the room for dramatic effect. All those years of lessons are really paying off. Imagine it is the monsoon season, I say. Imagine the ground is still damp from the heavy rain. A perfect hiding place for the most dangerous creature of all. More dangerous than the porcupine or even the panther. This animal can latch on to you and bite through even the toughest flesh with its 300 razor-sharp teeth. What the heck? Says Jax. Be quiet, Caleb Burrell tells him. I want to hear about the teeth. This is no time to lose momentum, so I take a deep breath and dive back into the story. Well, my grandfather battled these tiny Draculas in disguise every single day. Imagine yourself plucking tea under a hot sun when suddenly you realize you are surrounded by vicious black worms waiting to fix themselves to your body and drain your lifeblood out. Look! There's one between your toes. Be careful! There's one behind your ears. Believe me when I tell you, these dreaded blood-sucking leeches can even crawl up your nostril. Ugh. Just as my tale is building to its climax, I am interrupted by a loud, choking sound. A moment later, the air is filled with a horrible smell. Check it out, shouts Dylan Samreen. Emily Mooney just blew chunks. Poor Emily Mooney. So sounds like Robbie's story might have given her a little bit of a stomach ache. We will have to just see tomorrow when we continue reading more of Save Me a Seat. I hope you guys enjoyed these chapters today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you later. Bye.